Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this year for Champions in Education. I'm Sarah Hancote, and I'm your chair for the event this evening. We're very excited that you're with us today to help us celebrate teachers and students in Arizona. We're about to get started, so make sure you get your wine, get dinner, get comfortable, and don't forget to check out our silent auction items online. There's some really great stuff there. We'll see you soon.
Cloud Covered Streets is a nonprofit organization based in the Phoenix area whose mission is to help homeless people. We encountered many economic principles during this project. The most evident was scarcity. The homeless individuals in our state face a scarcity of low-rent housing, food resources, transportation options, and trust.
We're inspired to serve others by the feeling we get from helping people, and it feels incredible to know that you've helped someone and made someone's day better.
Well, by us helping them, we're helping them continue to help guide homeless people in the right direction and just help them get back on their feet to live a normal life again. So I think we're helping a lot, yeah.
This project required us to use many different leadership skills, including communication, perseverance, and motivation. We were also able to see several economic concepts at work. The scarcity of shoes in third world countries gave us motivation to help others. The incentive of allowing students to pay to enter the school bonfire with shoes instead of paying $10 yielded a bigger result than we imagined. And many community organizations were able to donate shoes that were no longer in style, so both parties had a benefit. They were able to donate shoes that were taking up space in their stores and were able to increase the number of donations we collected.
What inspires me to serve others is the joy on people's faces. It's amazing when you see someone else have that joy because of you. And it also makes you feel good. It makes you feel proud of what you did for someone else.
Us for Champions in Education, celebrating teachers and students throughout Arizona. I'm your chair for this evening, Sarah Hancoat. Super excited to have you guys join us. Whether you're inside or outside or online, thank you for being with us as we try this new hybrid environment, something new that we're all getting used to. So one thing you may have noticed is, have you noticed something a little bit different about the ACE logo? I'm really excited to be able to share with you a change to our logo. After a while, we've had this logo since we started, and after a while, just like your hair, your makeup, your fashion, things change over time. And we thought, let's do something a little bit exciting. Let's try to freshen our brand. Look for something that's memorable, speaks to what ACE does, kind of gives you a new excitement for what ACE is. So I'm very excited to share with you the new logo for ACE. Whether you see bookshelves, maybe you see a graph, whatever it is, hopefully you see it as inspirational, exciting, same organization with a fresh new look. Please enjoy the hors d'oeuvres that are being passed around for our friends who are here with us. There's also silent auction. Make sure that you're, looking at that, bidding. There's some great stuff on there. And celebrate with some friends. And our program will be starting soon. And then there is also a banner. So if you want to take some pictures and share it on social media, we'd love for you to be able to help us get out the word about our new logo. We're super excited about it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys soon.
Good evening. We're so glad you could join us for the Champions in Education event. My name is Debbie Henney, and I'll be your MC tonight. Whether you're joining us from your home office or a comfy couch or even a fancy ballroom, we invite you to be a part of the celebration. Now go grab your dinner, maybe a bottle of wine, and get ready for some fun. I'm going to go get ready, and we'll see you soon.
about budgeting and why that's so important for you to understand as a young person, especially you seniors as you get ready to leave home, go to college, have a job, manage some of your own bills. Remember, these are just guidelines, and as a family, you can shuffle and move around those percentages a little bit if you need to. So family members, if you guys had to decide what order to pay your bills in, what would you say is the most important bill to pay first? Which area?
Housing.
Okay, so Pablo says housing. You guys all agree? Yeah, we gotta have a place to live, right? Okay, what would be next?
Healthcare.
Yeah, food. Okay, so food would probably be next, because we want to make sure we can eat and that we have a place to live. What would be next? So maybe healthcare. Do you guys feel like you're fairly healthy, and that if you're a college kid, that you're going to be fairly healthy?
I think maybe transportation.
So maybe transportation.
I'll say insurance.
And that's okay, right? We've got our car payment. So which envelope does the car payment come from? Transportation. Okay, our car payment is $325. Do we have that much money in our car payment transportation envelope? 325. Barely. What do you have?
340.
340. So you get $15 back. And we'll say the car payment is now paid. Okay. Now I've got entertainment of $50. Where would that come from? Personal. Okay, do you think as a family that's important for us to do early on in the month when we haven't even paid our rent yet? No. Probably not. Let's put that bill aside for a little while. Okay, what about charity contribution? Where would that come from? Probably personal as well. Should we go ahead and donate this $50 to the Red Cross, or should we wait on that one?
Wait.
Okay, savings. $200. Do you have $200 in there?
I have 160.
You have 160. So we wanted to give you 200, right?
Right.
So when you're putting money in savings, you don't need to pay me, right? Because that's going in the bank. So our goal is to end up with, what do we need, $40 more to reach that goal? Okay. So we'll keep that one aside. So now we've got these two that we're just going to leave aside, our entertainment and charity of $50 each, because we know those aren't things we have to do all the time, right? Okay, but we've got these 4 bills that we really got to pay. Car insurance of $100, rent of $700, a car repair of $50, and medication of $50. So we need $900 to pay for those things. So can you guys see how much money we have left? So Johnny, you keep yours in savings for a minute. Let's see if they have. You guys have $900? So you have 900?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take the money that's left, because we're going to assume that we've spent everything we were going to in those categories. And we're going to see if we can pay these bills that are must-haves. Okay, how much money do we have left over now? Do you have $70 left? Okay. So we have to decide at this point. Remember, we were $40 short on our savings goal for the month. So do you guys think it's more important to put money into savings or to pay for our entertainment and charity? Savings. Okay, so let's put $40 more in his envelope. And then how much money do you have left over? $30. So we can't even afford these two things, right? So do you understand kind of how this process would work? And what we don't want to do is when we get the entertainment, like or the chance to go to a concert or something, to say, I'm going to take $50 out of my food bill to go to this concert. Because we need to think about those things that are most important for us. And if going to concerts is important to you, if Netflix is important or Hulu or however you get entertained, it definitely needs to be part of your budget. When your envelope is empty, what does that tell you?
We're out of money and we're broke, yeah.
Right, so it's all about decisions, looking at what's important, and being able to figure out how do we take care of the things we need before we take care of these things that we want to. And that's really hard for teenagers because you guys live with parents who are paying a lot of these bills. And when you go out and live on your own, you kind of get slapped in the face with how expensive things are. You really don't have that reality check unless your parents are having discussions like this with you guys. So I hope this helped you just kind of get a sense of budgeting, and as we work on personal budgets and deciding what's important for you, that you'll be able to make some of these decisions yourself. We good?
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys.
Hi, I'm Sarah Hancock, board member of ACE, and I'm here to talk about change. Have you seen our logo? It's been around ever since we started, and it's been great. But maybe it's time for us to look at it in a little bit different light. Just like your hairstyle, your makeup, your fashion may change over the years. Your brand and your logo should represent who you are. It should be timeless. It should be contemporary. It should be intriguing and engaging. We decided maybe we need to take a look at our logo as well. And in that light, I'm proud to present to you the new logo for ACE. Whether you see books or bar graphs, it helps represent what we do to support economic education in Arizona. We love it because it's energetic and it's intriguing. We hope you like it too. So get ready, you're gonna see this logo a lot, and we hope that you get inspired just like we were.
First, going to give you a quick walkthrough of the financial fair. So, if you see here to the right and to the left, they have different stations, transportation, housing rentals, student loans, any stuff like that, auto insurance, cable and internet. As you see here, all the students here are currently walking up, paying their stuff. Got to use your mathematics coming to this because you don't want to go in debt. You want to put something into your savings at least to prepare for future plans.
How is your experience here at the financial fair?
The financial fair is awesome. You see all the kids enjoying themselves, getting to experience what their parents experience on a day-to-day basis. So it's a great program for the kids.
So what do you think about this financial fair idea?
I think it's a great idea. I think what it does is let you as individuals see what your mom and dad do every month, how they balance your budget, what they got to pay for and so forth. I think it puts you on the same level as they are.
Like the bus or public transportation, that's going to be $64 per person in the family. So if it's you and a partner, that might be a very viable option. But again, if you have children, think about what it takes to put a small child on a bus, and then multiply that by multiple children. And then biking, of course, with families comes into the same thing.
First contestant is Lisa.
All right, Lisa, this is your life experience. Go ahead, Regina.
Okay. Oh, goodness, appendicitis.
Oh. Oh, Lisa.
It's not a good thing, Lisa. I'm sorry.
So this is going to go back to your health insurance, and so it depends on what kind of health insurance you have. Thankfully you have health insurance. The hospital bill is $25,000, but because you have health insurance, you owe a $250 emergency room deductible.
Products whose demand rises when income falls are known.
Okay.
Alex?
Inferior goods.
That is correct.
If a firm produces 10 units of output and incurs $300 in total variable cost, average total cost is what? Wesley, and you guys have 15 seconds to convert.
Okay, so 300 over 10 is 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 30, is that our answer?
Yeah.
Okay, 30, final answer.
That is correct.
Hello to all our friends here in Scottsdale. Have you had the opportunity to see a teacher lesson in person? Maybe it's been a while. No. Maybe you're excited.
Opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative missed out on under certain circumstances. In this case, for when you're sick, the opportunity cost would be the lost value of time spent working or spending time with your family.
The societal cost of infections will decrease from 286,000. More jobs and economic stability, because if companies don't have to stay online or lay off in-person workers, unemployment rates also go down.
It's especially important to think about your wants versus needs. So like in this case scenario, it's like, well, the kid wants the private lessons, but at the same time, you have to think about the family's needs too. Well, if you get these private lessons, am I going to be able to eat it?
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this year for Champions in Education. I'm Sarah Hancote, and I'm your chair for the event this evening. We're very excited that you're with us today to help us celebrate teachers and students in Arizona. We're about to get started, so make sure you get your wine, get dinner, get comfortable, and don't forget to check out our silent auction items online. There's some really great stuff there. We'll see you soon.
Here, my name is Megan Bird, and I taught for 21 years until moving into administration this year. So lots of experience in pretty much from first grade through 8th grade. I taught all the different ages. And when I was most recently in 5th and 6th grade, we did a lot with the Econ Council, a lot of stock market game, econ concepts, and it's something the students just took to. They really loved it. So they asked me to demo a little something you could do in the classroom, or that is done in the classroom, and this one's a game called Taboo. So do I have any, I need 2 people, one to give clues and one to try to guess clues. If there's anybody that's feeling brave and wants to come up on stage, you know you want to. I was gonna say, you're the best, Danielle. Okay, who are you bringing for your partner? Who are you roping in with you? Yes. Payback. So this game of Taboo, you could play many ways in the classroom. What we're going to play is one person is going to give the clues. The word they're trying to get their partner to guess is at the top of the card. The words underneath cannot be said when giving clues. So you have to avoid those words. If they say the word they're not supposed to, we get to buzz them. So that's a job for a third person, keep everybody engaged in a little trio in the classroom, and they get to buzz. And that, we were just talking about buzzers, that if you're gonna use this, you need to give kids time to play with it, even if they're older ones. They just think it's fun to make noise. And they think, every time you talk, they would be like, buzz, Mrs. Bird, because they don't wanna hear what you're saying. So, all right, which one of you is going to give clues? Excellent. So we'll see how many, you can time it, you can go through the whole deck, you can do whatever you want and have them keep score and give some kind of prize if you want to the winning team, or it's just a review game. So we'll have you guys stand. Yep, perfect. Here are your cards. We'll go through and you are trying to get her to say the word in red, and you cannot say the 4 words underneath it. So when you are ready.
Are you sure you wanted to be the one giving clues? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Someone who visits a store.
Consumer.
Excellent. Good. You can flip to the next one. She got the first one.
A department a business would have.
Ooh. Human resources? What?
Yes.
Really?
They are good at this. I set this up.
The thing you're getting an award for.
Economics?
It goes well with price.
Quantity? It goes well with price? Sales?
You can keep going, keep giving her clues.
But not the 4 believe.
I'm gonna give her
Supply.
Demand?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was like, I got this one.
Something needed at the top.
Needed at the top? Yeah, give me a different clue. Needed at the top
Yeah.
of what? Ceiling? Pricing?
Items.
Nope. Items?
Can I move past this?
Yeah. Skip.
Perfect, thank you.
Now I want to know what it is.
We'll tell you at the end.
Deal.
We promise to tell you. Ooh, it's hard, you guys.
A material that aliens would come to our planet for.
Ooh, that's
Factors of production, land, labor, capital, not entrepreneurship. No alien wants. What?
They come normally to the planet.
They come normally to the planet.
Air.
Air?
Air plus the other nations an avatar.
Ooh.
Yes.
We kind of make a good team. Think economic terms.
I said like wiggle your eyebrows.
Most
more
of them
at
are
me.
non-renewable.
Non-renewable.
I would say, right?
Common goods or not common goods? Fossil fuels? Yeah.
Think simpler.
The Fire Nation's attacking?
I think we need to move.
Not synthetic. Not synthetic. Okay. So what would be a word that would be not synthetic?
You're not saying
Okay.
oil, right?
No. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Skip. We'll skip.
Skip that one, guys. Can I ask for help from the audience? Guys, what did you think it
I
was?
think we should go back to the ones you don't get and see if you can
Fair
get them.
enough, fair enough. Deal, deal.
See if we can get audience to do it.
That'd be awesome.
See, it's your words down here that make it difficult.
I know. I made it tricky.
It's taboo.
Think of how Magic the Gathering cards are. Hang on. Bear with me here.
Scarce?
Are
Yeah, I mean that same word. Just
Oh, scarcity?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
she thought she wasn't going to get it.
I know. No, like you got this.
You know how I tell you I blank Magic the Gathering cards?
You don't need them, yes.
Yes. See, I want this, so I can't have that.
Opportunity cost?
Thank you.
I would have, or I guess I couldn't say opportunity. I would have also
Yeah,
accepted
there's a lot we
opportunity
couldn't have
lost.
said. Yeah.
I would have accepted trade-offs.
The hard decisions McKenna had to make at Disneyland.
Oh.
The hard decisions?
Yes, when shopping.
I mean, she did marginal analysis a lot, but I don't think she knows she did that. So
Yeah, so put it in 8-year-old's terms.
Yeah.
trade-offs,
This or
decision making.
this.
I don't know that I can put in 8-year-old terms. That's why you do this.
I can have that or this.
Choices?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, how McKenna sees her choices as
Consequences? Problems? Sass?
I know. I feel like we need to go back to Magic the Gathering because that seemed to get a lot of words
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Like, you would feel this way about it.
Yeah, I really, when I see them, I really,
Want them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
when the store doesn't have enough
Shortage.
Magic the Gathering cards, I say, why don't they keep their...
Supply?
Yes. Okay, now let's roll back a little bit to what you just said about Magic the Gathering cards. Yes. I found our theme.
Yes, it works.
And when they might go on sale because
There's a
Surplus? Oh.
and they're no, I can't use that word.
haircuts.
Services.
Thanks.
You already know what to say for this one. Magic the Gathering cards.
Yeah.
Commodities? Goods?
Yeah.
There we go.
A scale.
Yes, that's a good one.
A scale? Like weights? Or like there have to be.
It's even.
It's an even scale?
Yes. I want to like do hand gestures too.
I'll take hand gestures. Even scale. I'm thinking oligopolies, and that's way too intricate. Can you connect it to magic cards or our 8-year-olds?
I know. Can we
I'm
connect it to
trying
Magic
to.
the Gathering?
Mana cost versus attack and power, is it worth it?
Mana cost versus, and it's a scale?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real mad when I see what this term is, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So we've got those few. Do you want to show her the ones we didn't get, and she can see if you want? Do you want to try to? Okay. Do we have a minute for her to try? 1 minute. Okay. 1 minute. So give her those couple that she didn't get, and let's see.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay. Can you get the audience to tell you any of these?
Of course, I can try. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah?
Ready.
So this first one is perfection. It's where supply meets demand. Anyone? You might find yourself in a kind of status between price and quantity.
Yeah, I like.
Oh gosh, I said both.
I get to buzz her. I didn't have to buzz him at all.
Right? He was pretty good without it. I don't know.
Okay, let's see. It was equilibrium.
Equilibrium, guys. Well, let's go back with Earth, Wind, and Fire of that.
Yes.
But you guys said Earth. Guys,
I don't think he did. He said came to our planet.
Oh, you did say planet. You right.
So we have to wrap it up. That was natural resources,
They were actually quite
equilibrium, and capital resources. Thank you guys so much for volunteering to come up here. You got through so many.
That was an awesome activity.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Yes, I'll have to send you the template.
Evening. It is an honor to be part of this celebration of economic education and the fabulous teachers being recognized this evening. It's also especially exciting given we are doing this during what is now Economic Education Month in Arizona. While I am sorry I'm not able to be with you in person this evening, I am very happy to be able to send well wishes on behalf of the faculty in the Department of Economics at the W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University. Ultimately, economic issues are all around us. They are part of our daily lives and influence our households and the communities in which we live. Knowledge about economics can help us understand the behavior of others and, of course, can help us make better and more informed decisions in every area of our lives, in our roles as workers, as leaders, as consumers, and as members of society. So we care deeply about helping the Arizona Council on Economic Education achieve its vision of a financially and economically literate Arizona. To that end, the Department of Economics has really worked closely with the ACEE for more than 20 years Our faculty and our undergraduate economics degree students have been involved in a number of different ways. For example, our faculty teach a week-long summer boot camp for teachers focused on economic knowledge and pedagogy and helping to prepare teachers for the Arizona Educator Proficiency Assessments exam. Our faculty have written cases for and served as judges at the annual ACEE Mayor's Challenge, Arizona's premier economics competition, testing students' knowledge in the areas of micro, macro, and global economics. Our faculty have also participated in the ACE-hosted day-long seminars on current topics. So in close, I definitely want to thank all of the teachers who are here this evening. Our students tell our faculty at ASU that they became interested in economics because of their high school economics teachers. They excel with us because of the foundation you provided and the love for the subject that you instilled. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the Arizona Council on Economic Education for all that you do for this celebration this evening and for your partnership, which we at WP Carey greatly value.
evening. We're so glad you could join us for the Champions in Education event. My name is Debbie Henney, and I'll be your MC tonight. Whether you're joining us from your home office or a comfy couch or even a fancy ballroom, we invite you to be a part of the celebration. Now go grab your dinner, maybe a bottle of wine, and get ready for some fun. I'm gonna go get ready, and we'll see you soon.
I was scared of taxes and the cost. I was scared of the future and adaptive expectations. Oh, all my friends are unemployed. Corona takes its toll on all the boys. Oh.
You are my break, reduce inflation, believe in Congress, increase them taxes, but we decrease the spending, can't reach the long run when you say a GDP's that way.
Yeah, the economy is affected by a disease when it turns into a pandemic. The economy is affected by a disease when it turns into a pandemic.
Consumption evaporated, future is uncertain. Public is less willing due to safety regulations. Suppliers need consumption without spending less production. Need to cut their costs out. Their workers are laid off now. Ain't nobody buying nothing.
What's econ? Brand new whip, it's a Nissan. JK, it's gone. Stocks going nuts like a pecan. Trump called in. Corona got the economy dropping. Everyone's stocks just falling. Except Lysol, they ballin'. Bank runs to cash recession. Put it right back after the depression. They sound like 1932. I think it's time to make a deal that's new. Told Chung not time to invest. Interest rates are low, it's a mess. AD is shifting to the left. Stocks leaking, bruh, I'm stressed.
We need some of that physical policy. Fed growing money like botany. Inflation rate longer than a homily. All this to boost the economy. Unemployment rate rose high. Discouraged workers, yeah, they cry. Budget surpluses go by. NBA bank account running dry.
Gonna get this market on track. Moving fast like RC track. Stack these racks up back to back. Ask Trump, he's got the strap.
One, two, 3, 4, 5. I'm perfect competition, simple structure alive in the market with so many others. Gotta provide for a ton of guys who really want a product. Sad truth is our price is cheap. Gotta take the market price with glee. We sell carrots, potatoes, the commodities. Identical in looks as well as price you see. What the bears like, they really aren't even here. Jump in and out, it's not too weird. The guy next door walks up, enters in by simply planting the bean.
Throughout the years in the economy, recessions arise, cause the market to flee. To an unhealthy equilibrium, and the government steps in. Oh! Soon may stimulus come, Keynesian response to recession. Private sector money multiplier, boosting aggregate demand. To begin a recession, AD shifts left, slows growth, and raises unemployment. And the gov must lower it down again using fiscal policy. Oh! Soon may the stimulus come, Keynesian response to recession. Private sector money multiplier boosting aggregate demand.
Well, one of the biggest challenges was definitely still being in quarantine. It was, first of all, it limited me to like who I could do it with. I had to keep it just 3 different versions of myself.
Hi, I'm Sarah Hancock, board member of ACE, and I'm here to talk about change. Have you seen our logo? It's been around ever since we started, and it's been great. But maybe it's time for us to look at it in a little bit different light. Just like your hairstyle, your makeup, your fashion may change over the years. Your brand and your logo should represent who you are. It should be timeless. It should be contemporary. It should be intriguing and engaging. And we decided maybe we need to take a look at our logo as well. And in that light, I'm proud to present to you the new logo for ACE. Whether you see books or bar graphs, it helps represent what we do to support economic education in Arizona. We love it because it's energetic and it's intriguing. We hope you like it too. So get ready, you're gonna see this logo a lot, and we hope that you get inspired, just like we were.
Ladies and gentlemen, the program will begin in 2 minutes. The program will begin in 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin momentarily. Please continue to feel free to grab food as the program starts, but start to find your seats. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully you've been having a nice time with our inside outside. For our friends that are outside, hopefully you're still enjoying the wonderful weather and everybody's getting some nice bites to eat. I'm really happy to see this event happen this year. It's certainly been kind of tough, if you will say. Really the uncertainty of what's happening, but we were so passionate that we could still have an event and find a way to do it and support both our online friends as well as our friends here in person, but to celebrate teachers and students in Arizona and economic education, which is something that's super dear to all of us. So thank you guys so much for being here. I can't do this by myself. There's an amazing team at ACE and our board of directors and our committee members. If you are in the room or outside, board of directors, committee members, can you guys stand so we can all give you a round of applause? Thank you guys so much. It's an amazing organization, and the board of directors. There's so much passion there for what we do and what we give to ACE, and it completely engages me every time I'm around them. So I just really love events like this. Someone asked me recently. They were like, how did you come to know ACE? How did you join ACE? Well, it's been about 5 years. I've also always been a financial literacy advocate, and I still to this day remember economic education classes that my ag teacher, ag business, Mr. Johnson taught me decades ago in high school. That is the power that teachers have with their students. And so being able to foster that and give back to that in a way that is just, it's amazing. And it just keeps reminding you the power of economics education. So thank you very much for joining us. And I'd like to welcome to the stage our president and CEO, Elena Z.
Thank you, Sarah. Good evening, everyone. Wow, it's so nice to see you all here in person. And hello, everyone online. We see you too. And can you all believe that ACE is in the 8th year of Champions in Education? And how did time go? And our 50th year anniversary will be just around the corner in 2 years. And thanks to all of you, ACE, as a 100% privately funded nonprofit organization, has served 2,249 schools in Arizona, including public, charter, private, home, tribal, and juvenile detention centers. And annually, more than 200,000 students from primarily low to moderate income families. And that's because, like all of you, we believe every child deserves an equal opportunity to be financially and economically literate, to have a chance for success in this global economy. I would like to thank organizations who supported this mission and sponsored Champions in Education continuously for the last 8 years. I need to have my glasses on. They are SRP, Piper Sandler, Baylor Spar, Basis.ed, Charles Schwab, and Thomas R. Brown Foundation. Continuous 8 years of support. And organizations who provided unrestricted operating support in good times and challenging times. Bank of America, National Bank of Arizona. Thanks to this year's lead entrepreneurial sponsor, Valley Schools, BMO Harris Bank, lead innovator sponsor, Arizona Bank Trust, Comerica Bank, educator sponsor, Arizona Coyotes Foundation, Fiesta Bowl, Thunderbirds Charities, Jacob Golden Associates Wealth Management, U.S. Bank, BOK Financial, Don Hennies, scholar sponsor, Wells Fargo, Dr. Robin and Jim Henson, investor sponsor organizations, NAU College of Education, MidFirst Bank, True West, ASU Economics Department, and many individual sponsors listed in the program. And each and every one of you with us tonight, in person and online. You are making this mission possible.
In today's increasingly complex world, financial and economic literacy is essential for people to succeed. One day, we want all school-aged children in Arizona to make good economic choices, manage their personal finances, and be competitive in the job market.
Kids tell me, I need to know this. I know that the world ahead is going to be complicated and I'm not prepared.
The Arizona Council for Economic Education is on the front lines working to change that. Their ambitious goal: equip every child in Arizona with the tools they need to make better decisions for themselves, their families, and their communities.
If they grow up in my type of household, no one talked about money and finances. So what they're learning now, they'll just carry with them.
ACEE serves more than 200,000 primarily low-income students annually and helps educators acquire the know-how to make teaching economics and personal finance engaging, interactive, and effective.
I actually had a kid who came to me and he said, but I'm gonna tell you, I used all that stuff you taught me in that class so many times. He said, I have to say thank you, which, you know, that's why you teach.
By giving one teacher the knowledge to bring back to his or her classroom is equivalent to teaching about 150 students each year. We offer a variety of programs to make learning about economics and finance fun and relevant for students in kindergarten through high school. With the momentum of multiple successful programs growing substantially each year, ACEE's reach and impact is profound.
I would like them to leave the classroom having the basic skills to enter adulthood and have confidence that they can take care of their finances.
We learned about a lot of fixed expenses and variable expenses, and I'm paying for my school. I really needed to put myself on a budget. I wouldn't have made a budget without that class.
By empowering teachers, community volunteers, and parents, students are supported to become productive and responsible participants in a global economy.
This is where we can reach every kid. Everyone. And quite honestly, it's the only one. You know, college's financial literacy is great, but not everyone's in college. Once they walk across their graduation stage, they're gone. This is our opportunity right now for very little time, for really very little money. we can start to have an impact on one of the biggest areas that we have failed in America.
You understand how the workforce works. It's probably gonna use it all my life.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Henney. I'm a member of the board for the Arizona Council on Economic Education and an economic educator myself. And I will be your MC for tonight's event. I would like to first share my story about how I came to know the Arizona Council on Economic Education. So I'll take you back in time a little bit. This was in the 90s, back when the information hub of a school was the teacher mailroom. And in the teacher mailroom, in my physical mailbox, I found a flyer from this organization called ACEE. And I showed up at a stock market game workshop, and that year I learned alongside my students how to play the stock market game. With number 2 pencils and bubble sheets, they submitted their transactions. I physically sent them in the mail, and we played the stock market game. I learned how to carry a stack of newspapers to the classroom without getting ink on my clothes. But more importantly, I learned and I began learning how to be a more effective educator. And that journey continues to this day with Arizona Council on Economic Education. They taught me how to engage my students and get them excited about investing in their own human capital. So today, I am here as a longtime beneficiary of the Arizona Council on Economic Education, but also a supporter. And it warms my heart to see all of you here inside, and those of us that are outside, and those of you that are virtual, participating in here, supporting the organization tonight. It's a group that's very near and dear to my heart. So welcome. And now I would like to, we're going to introduce, you're going to get to meet the first recipient of tonight. I should have brought my glasses up here, Elena. So we're going to meet our first 2021 Economic Education Teacher of the Year Award recipient, to be presented by Bill Callahan, and who is president of the Arizona Bank and Trust. So let's meet.
Carolee Sopicki believes in making economic concepts more engaging and interesting in the classroom. Her students take part in various economic competitions to learn and expand their knowledge.
She really looks for these lessons that are going to spark that kind of enthusiasm in the kids for learning that's going to last into their life and grow with them.
She sort of brings us into the learning and the conversation and sort of modernize it at times.
She does some kind of competitions with them, but it's not her driving them. It's them driving themselves. But she gets a joy out of doing it, so her kids feed into that.
She has helped me understand economics really well and the way that I could use it.
She's really helped me grow in learning. You get to learn how to manage your money, so when you get older, you don't have to go to classes and stuff.
As a teacher at St. Anthony of Padua Catholic School, Sopicki provides learning opportunities not only for her students, but their families as well.
I like to know that my kids, when I learn something, they can go home and they can talk to their parents, and their parents are learning right along with them.
She really cares a lot about her students and their families. She's really put in the time to prepare her students, really lay the foundation for the students to grow all they can and learn all they can about economics.
She teaches us about stuff I didn't get to learn in other schools.
Sopicki believes in and encourages everyone around her to be a lifelong learner.
She's inspired me to want to do better, to be better, and to serve my students better.
I don't care what you grow up to be. I just want you to be the best version of yourself. You're the ones who are going to be the leaders of the world, so you need to know what's going on, and you need to be aware of what changes and what things we need to do to make our world a better place.
Congratulations, Carolee Sopicky, on winning this year's Economic Education Teacher of the Year Award.
Congratulations, Ms. Sopicky.
I have one job, right? The microphone. First, we're going to have you pose for a picture. Okay, thank you.
Wow. So I haven't seen that before. So first I want to thank the Arizona Council of Economic Education for honoring me with this award. I'm extremely grateful and humbled by this recognition. I was really not expecting it. I do the work I do in a job that I truly love every day for my students. I can't imagine doing anything else. That being said, it's really heartwarming to be recognized and given a pat on the back, especially after the challenges of the last couple of years. I am so glad to have the ACE as a resource. I'm always looking for ways to learn more, improving my teaching, bringing new ideas and information and energy into my classroom. The ACE has been a wonderful resource to help me do just that. They help teachers all throughout the state of Arizona, and we are all very blessed to have them and the generous people who help them keep their commitment to education. And I thank you all again very much.
Thank you, Carolee and Bill. I am sure St. Anthony's of Padua is very proud, as are we, to have you one of our own. All right, let's meet. Give it the right place here. Now let's welcome the Dean of Northern Arizona University College of Education, Dr. Ramona Mellett.
Well, thank you for this opportunity to speak to you, and special thanks to ACE CEO Elena Z and everyone who made this evening possible. I always enjoy attending this event. It's always been a lot of fun, and looking forward to this event too. I feel like I'm talking to the choir here. There's a lot of people who are so financially literate, but I'm going to go ahead and say my remarks. And we all know how important it is to empower students with personal finances and work and life. You know, the kinds of decisions one has to make today is even more complicated. My son, who's 29, and you know, he talks about all these currencies, which doesn't make any sense to me. So you can, but I guess it means a lot of money, like Bitcoin, and then I can't even keep up with it. So it's getting more and more complicated. And when you think, you know, as the dean of a college, and you think about the decisions students have to make to go to college, being financially literate is critical to make that decision. We know how high the student debt is at $1.4 trillion. And students are graduating with a lot of debt, and they don't have money then to make all those payments they need to do to buy homes and start families. And those who've had economics education make better decisions and graduate with less loans and have better lives. So how the work and the education that they get is so important. You know, we all talk in many circles, especially in universities, about diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. And when you think about financial literacy, that is also critical for equity. You know, research has shown that students who receive financial literacy are going to be more have more advantages, and students who are coming from lower socioeconomic backgrounds have less of that knowledge. So again, it's very, very important that, and especially when Elena talked about all the schools that they're serving and the students, it really helps reduce differences in students' future economic status. I think, like reading, writing, arithmetic, we know how important it is and how important it is to start early in life, and financial literacy is the same. I remember starting those lessons with my own children early in life, and when my son was 4 years old, we were shopping in a Walmart or something. He saw something and he looked at me, and he knew he didn't have much of a chance to get it, so he comes to me and he says, "Mom, can we come back when that's on sale and then we can buy it?" And I said, well, good, so he was kind of watching those dollars. I'd like to go ahead and add my congratulations to the 2021 economic education teachers. I'm really proud of them for the work they do and the fact they have NAU degrees. And NAU is proud to be a partner in these efforts to help increase financial literacy. And thanks to all the teachers for the great work they do. And because of your work, we all continue to be hopeful and optimistic about the future. Thank you, everybody, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Dean Mellett. And on behalf of all Arizona teachers, thank you for the many years of strong partnership with the NAU College of Education. Now let's meet our second 2021 Economic Education Teacher of the Year, which will be presented by Jody Jarek from Valley Schools.
Danielle Bonfig is committed to creating meaningful economic education opportunities for her students, colleagues, and Flagstaff High School as a whole.
She had a great ability to think through a lesson and make it really relevant to all those students to say, yeah, this is important and this is why. But then they would get the students to say, I really need this knowledge. I'm gonna reach out, I want more.
Like learning about economics in further detail has made it so I feel secure in the way that I spend money, and so that I have a plan going forward throughout my life.
You can't expect students to have a small bit of instruction and be able to make life-changing decisions, life-determining decisions, without practice, without seeing application for it.
Bonfig didn't let the pandemic slow down progress in developing Adulting 101, a series that brings community members into the classroom to discuss different aspects of the adult world.
She brought those things to my desk as to say, hey, we can do better. Can we step it up one more notch? Can we make this more relevant to these students? Here's this concept.
Any school that's doing well, it can be hard to move that 1%, and she's really helped us with that 1% effort between everything that we're doing at our school.
Bonfig's impact has gone beyond her classroom. She has fostered a culture of learning within her school and has nurtured her skills as an economics teacher in order to give back to her community.
She loves economics, she loves kids, and it shows every day. Like you just said, you go in there, you see her running around, presenting hands-on, very hands-on.
The way that Ms. Bonfig teaches, it engages her students. Her energy that she puts into it gives us more energy and wants us to be fully into her class and actually interested in it.
She is an inspiration for a lot of students, but a lot of teachers also. She's the best example, in my opinion, for good education.
Want the world for them, and there's no dictating what that world's going to look like for you. Your economics is the study of choice, and therefore every choice you make is valid if you're truly putting the thought and cost-benefit analysis into it.
Congratulations, Danielle Bonfig, on winning this year's Economic Education Teacher of the Year Award.
Congratulations, Ms. Bonfig!
Carolee wasn't joking, guys. That was like a sucker punch. I'd like to thank the council for this award and for everything ACEE does for teachers like me. I'm still an absolute fangirl of ACEE, which means I'm just a nerd, because it's made my life as a teacher so much easier, and it's helped me to make what I'd like to believe are young humans who are going to be financially more stable than those before them. To be named one of the Econ Teachers of the Year, to be honest, is still a bit of a trip right now. Because with ACE's help, I really truly believe that all teachers could be deemed this. I do really want to quickly give a shout out to my parents and to my husband and my family and the support of my admin and colleagues, but it also comes down to the materials I got from ACEE. I'm here tonight because of all the wonderful materials, opportunities, and trainings that ACEE provides, all of which have helped me to feel empowered in my classroom. Sorry, like really the video was intense. I didn't know my kids could be so nice. But seriously, ACEE is more than just providing content or professional development. It's more than providing a support network of colleagues and economic professionals who understand the struggle and who know the pain of trying to explain the production function, or compound interest, if you will, either one. ACEE gave me the knowledge, the courage, and the support to succeed as a teacher. And when teachers feel that they can succeed, the students succeed all the more. So thank you. Thank you for providing something for all teachers in a subject that all students deserve a quality education in. Thank you for acknowledging me, my school, and for the work with my students. Thanks.
Go get your check. Thank you, Jody, Valley Schools, and Danielle. I'm sure Flagstaff High is very proud right now. So if you are a teacher, stand up. If you're inside, outside, if you're stand up, we would like to recognize all teachers tonight. People at home, if you're joining us virtually, give your applause or congratulations for teachers. Thank you. It's great that we can have so many teachers here tonight. They don't pay as much as you do to be here, so they're here because you guys are here. So Carolee and Danielle exemplify the passion and hard work of so many Arizona teachers, and we have supporters like you to thank for that. For all of those online that are joining us online, I have the chat pulled up. Thank you for your generous donations. Those of you that are here tonight, you can also support. Many of you already have. I saw the results from the auction if you haven't figured out what you won, but I know they've raised already over $6,000 just from the silent auction alone, so thank you. And I see lots of donations coming in online as well. So, and you can be a part of that. If you would like to donate online, you can just text CHAMP21 to 76278. And you can support the Arizona Council and teachers like Danielle and Carolee tonight. All right, now let's welcome Dr. Siri Turgeson, an internationally recognized entrepreneur, scholar, and once 50K and 100-kilometer ultra-marathon U.S. record holder, Dr. Turgeson. She was our keynote speaker, and many of you participated in that event last week. If you have not had the opportunity to see that, you can see her keynote address on the ACE website. I highly recommend it. So, Dr. Turgeson.
Thank you all so much for this opportunity to join you. It is so hard to follow this act. Do you not feel that Carolee and Danielle have like auras around them? In the 18 months that I have spent on a lot of Zoom meetings, I mean, we can just see that. Carolee, you were in the corner of your classroom in like the wedge, and these students still gravitated to you. And Danielle, same thing, total sucker punch, as you said. It's so hard to, it'd be impossible to follow you in the classroom and also impossible at a gala like this. I kept looking at my second cousin, Chris, who lives here in Scottsdale and has 2 kids, Sydney and Tyler, who are in public schools and private schools. And you know, we just looked at each other and we said, oh my God, wouldn't it be great to have teachers like them? And there are, I counted 10 teachers in this classroom. Thank you so much. I've heard about the Arizona Council on Economic Education for many years because I study economics at the college level, and I am so grateful when states do such a beautiful job like you do. Elena just said the stats. I read last year in your annual report, 233,000 students in over 500 schools to be financially and economically responsible, which is the greatest gift that we can give our children and our future. And this idea that they can create value and think about that, and we saw that in these stories. I want to give you a few stats because I love stats. And they're tough stats, right? So here in Arizona, 19% of your children under age 18 are living in low-income households, which, and you know that because you're teaching them. Carolee's nodding her head. If you're a family of 4, that's under 25,000. If you're a single parent and you're raising 1 child, that's 18,000. And as you know, because you see this on the front line, these are people who don't have good role models, who don't have, you know, just a knowledge of economics, whereas some of us are lucky to get that. And you're it for them. And as you said earlier, not everyone goes to college. I forgot the exact stats in Arizona, but even as a college professor and as associate dean, I think you need to decide if college is right for you and which college and then which major. And so you are the front line there, and sometimes you're the last line of economics education. All work is noble, but some work is more noble than others. And I'm so loving being in a room with you because I love my high school economics teacher, Ed Engler. He's retired, lives near me in Florida, and I'm so grateful for him. And actually, back then it was companies like from Junior Achievement that came into our class, and the economics lesson stayed. I remember at the time we decided we should buy Gap stock, and actually it went up and went back down about the level it was when we were in high school. Hopefully there were some good dividends, but the lessons stay. You know, Ramona said it earlier, you know, we've got this choice and we've got this cost-benefit analysis, and all of us, I think, are familiar with opportunity cost. You go one path, you don't go the other path. I look around this room, there are some incredible project managers like Jen and Elena, and all your volunteer colleagues at AC who have put this together. But then I look at these teachers, and if you can manage a classroom in a pandemic, like that, see, like the Zoom thing, boy, you could be CEO of one of these Arizona banks, and yet you have chosen to be a teacher. It's the greatest gift to our communities. And if you go into the annual report, you'll find out that 64% of the kids that ACEE worked with last year are from low to moderate income families, and each year that deepens. Year before it was 62%, 60%, 61%. You just keep going deeper and deeper. Dana, I'm looking at you too, working with these great kids. So I'm a professor and a researcher, and I love the stats that Ramona was citing. Just to share 2 of them. We can look at these immediate benefits, and we know, Ramona mentioned this too, if you're 18 to 21, if you've had economics education, we can control because 50 states, they have varying regulations, varying years. If you have this, you are more likely to have higher credit scores, and lower default rates, already 18 to 21. So that's, yeah, these kids remember not only for the test, but for a couple years later. And they're self-sufficient, and again, they can make those really good decisions about college debt. Ramona cited the scary statistics there. Here in Arizona, 49% of college students have some debt, and the average debt's $25,000 a year. You're very lucky. You have an amazing state system. You've got 3 pillar terrific state universities here that are a great bargain for in-state students, but you know, we still have people making choices, and I'm just thankful that Danielle Bonifig, Carolee Sopicki, and all the other K-12 teachers have made this choice to be here helping students, and also to people like Elena. Some of you know that she left a corporate career at American Express. We could have even better American Express products, which are great, but instead, we have 200,000 plus students in Arizona every year going into the world making great choices. And that's not only just about their personal finance, that's about how they have a relationship with their employer, or they are the employer as entrepreneurs, or they also have a relationship with government and taking the personal responsibility there. So that's so important. So that's the first data point. The second is entrepreneurship, because I'm an entrepreneurship professor, and we've studied longitudinal 20 years of data, because as you know, we didn't always have these rules about economics, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship education. And when we look 20 years later, we see that the students who are lucky enough to be in classrooms filled with you are more likely to pursue entrepreneurial careers, and then they're more likely to have higher incomes from those careers. And we also know that entrepreneurs tend to be happier, and for parents in the room, tend to take better care of their parents in old age. So, you know, that's it. And then the third point is, we don't have quantitative data, right? Each of us can get a little teary because we had someone as amazing as Carolee or Danielle with us sometime in K-12, ideally in economics, but if not another subject, then a love for that. I am grateful to my Ed Engler. I'm grateful to every single one of you, because you make these differences that are impossible to quantify, right? But how great will the state of Arizona be next year, 2 years from now, 5, 10 years from now, because these students had the most engaged faculty creating lessons. You can see it, like you guys are just I know you don't have the same materials year to year, you're improvising, you're always looking out there, talking to each other, trying to figure out what's new and how can we teach Ethereum and Bitcoin to our students, how can we, you know, make sure they understand markets without getting caught up too much in some things that are hypey. So I'm so thankful to you. There are a lot of virtues here, in addition to those you directly teach: human flourishing, personal responsibility, initiative, and free enterprise. I want to conclude because I'm also a big researcher in philanthropy, and there's nothing I like better than opening your tax returns and seeing what kind of an organization you really are. And I am so impressed. I didn't go through all 48 years of ACE, but I did the last 5, and it's incredible how well your organization is run. It is incredibly efficient. There are so many board members, including in this room, who are unpaid, spending more than just the 1 hour a week, I know for sure, showing up on these tax returns, trying to connect people, provide volunteers in classrooms, get exercises out there. The budget of under $1 million a year to touch 233,000 students, that's incredible. We're not comparing, I mean, that's incredible. Sometimes I look at C4s, that's political organizations, and you spend more than $5 on a vote. You spend less than $5 educating people for a lifetime to make really good choices. And that's important. I didn't say that earlier, but we've hinted at that because Ramona said it. If you take on too much debt at 17 because you want to go to this college or make this decision or buy this purse, you are less likely to get married, you are less likely to own a home, and within a certain period of time, you're less likely to have children, and there are higher rates of depression. I mean, this is, we talk about the mental health crisis in America, but economic health is a real foundation of that. Money isn't everything, but some level of security is essential. So thank you. It's an incredible, efficient business model. The fundraising cost to revenues is like a benchmark in the philanthropy community. You're basically spending your money educating students instead of sending mailers out asking people to send money in. And you're doing it for the students. And then a final note, and Ramona got to this too, about DEI is we are living in this increasingly bifurcated country. But here we are all together. We're from different parts of Arizona, the board members from outside Arizona. AC brings you all together. You have an Asian American CEO who gave up her American Express and many other corporate possibilities to be here with these teachers and with these students, and she loves and lives this, and so do Jen and Teresa and all the amazing people in this organization. And that's opportunity cost, right? That's that choice you talked about earlier, and that is so important. You also cross political spectrums. There's a big vote happening in Virginia that I don't want to look at, and some people might feel one way and some might feel another. But there is something in America where I think we can all get around the fact that our youth need to have economic and financial literacy, and there you are delivering it every single day for people to make good choices. And there's so much tremendous diversity here. We can see it at surface levels, which is what we tend to talk about, but I'm quite confident that there's a deeper level of diversity, that the teachers in this room and online and those of you who are board directors come here because there's something inside of you that motivates you. And we can't always see that on the surface, but it's there, and there's a tremendous diversity in this room. And then, of course, with your students are every walk of life, right? You are one of the states that serves the most Native Americans and people from all walks of life. When I took an Uber to Scottsdale last night, I was with a Somali Uber driver, Abdul Aziz. He was so grateful for the chance to come to this country, and especially he decided to come and stay in Arizona. And you'll have Abdul Aziz's children, you'll have all these other children in your class who are trying to live the American dream, and you are the foundation of that. So thank you for that. 2,100 teachers, 233,000 students, 500 schools, and that's this year. Elena showed us stats earlier of all the schools that you've touched. So thank you for your service. Thank you for this chance to celebrate with you. Thank you for all the great research findings that I expect that we'll find from your work. And I just feel like all of you have an aura. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you, Dr. Turgeson. Well, you heard her, right? Text and give. If you need the number again, it's text. You're going to text CHAMP21 to 76278, and you guys are awesome. Just since I was last up here, I refreshed my screen, and there's been $1,000 more in donations. So thank you to everybody. And Kelly Guffey, where are you, Kelly? Where's Kelly? I saw her. I bet she's outside. Kelly Guffey, I think this is your mom that is outbid me tonight all along, and I just saw her on the text donation. So thank you to Kelly Guffey's mom and everybody else. All right. Okay, I like this idea of continuing with some statistics and facts. Did you guys know that before COVID, when COVID hit, 40% of households that made $40,000 a year or less were unemployed or found themselves without a job that they had just 1 month before? It's now is more important than ever to teach kids to invest in their human capital, to help them become financially and economically literate so that they can have a brighter future. So with your help, we can make this happen. 21% of students in Arizona do not graduate from high school, but we can equip them for a better life. Now, let's welcome the Dean of University of Arizona College of Education, Dr. Bruce Johnson, is going to share some remarks.
Good evening, everybody. So we need to give another round of applause to Carolee and Danielle because I'm super impressed, and I know you are too. So I love coming to events where teachers are highlighted. We don't do that enough. We have amazing teachers in this state. Where I come from in Tucson, we have phenomenal teachers, and we do what we can to support them, but all of us need to support teachers more. They need more help. And you can clearly see from tonight, from everything we've heard and from the videos, that teachers like this need support. They are crying out for materials, they're crying out for professional development, professional learning opportunities. Both of their bios, if you look in the agenda for tonight, talk about the need for professional learning, professional development. It's just crucially important that teachers have access to that. And also that they get an opportunity to kind of shape that for themselves. So in Tucson, economics education, there's a great professional development effort in economics education that happens in partnership with our university's Eller School of Management, College of Management, funded by the Thomas R. Brown Foundation. It's been going on for many years. And Thomas R. Brown supports a lot of initiatives to support teachers. It's really pretty remarkable. But one of the things that happened 3 years ago was that we kept hearing more and more from teachers in our community about the need for more opportunities for the kind of professional learning that they wanted to pursue in their own careers. And so we got together a group of people and we did a survey of Tucson teachers to find out what it was that they wanted, what they needed, how they would like it. And it was fascinating. So we sent a survey out. So first of all, I was a classroom teacher for 10 years. I can tell you, I had no interest in completing a survey, right? Like I was busy teaching. The last thing I needed was a survey. And so I was really worried because it was January. We only had 2 weeks to get the survey data. And I was really, and things are crazy in the classroom. It was before COVID and they were still crazy even before COVID. And so I was really worried we'd get enough responses, and I thought, well, let's hope we get at least 200 or 300. We'll have enough data to make something of. We had over 1,400 Tucson teachers respond to that survey because they really wanted to tell anyone who would listen how important this is to them and to their careers. So we started trying to put together a network to see what we could do. So our network's made up, and still today made up of half of teachers who are working with us on this, but we also reached out to Thomas R. Brown Foundation, Barbara Gray, who worked for them at the time and is now on their board, and I think on ACE's board too, right? So she helped us because she's such a great example of how you do really high quality professional learning. And so she helped us, and we brought in some other people, and we formed an organization over the last couple of years called Tucson Regional Educator Collaborative, which is a one-stop website so people can find what they want, both on-demand resources as well as connections to all kinds of professional learning opportunities in the region. But all teachers also said they wanted to be able to connect with other teachers. So often being a classroom teacher can be kind of lonely. You're with kids a lot, but they don't give you a lot of time during the day to interact with your colleagues. And so teachers really told us that's another thing they wanted, and we created a teacher leader program and opportunities for them to work with each other across. Those kinds of efforts to be able to give teachers choice in their professional learning and think about what they need in their own careers enables fantastic teachers like this to do the great work they do. And the support schools get from the state is simply not enough for that. It's not close to enough. And so it's really heartening to see so many of you here to support this work. And we know in the end it's all about the students. and what they get out of it, but they can't get it without the teachers. And so wherever you can look for opportunities to support teachers, so you're doing it tonight. So let's keep that going. Congratulations again, Carolee and Dale, job well done.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, your support tonight, every dollar of your support tonight goes to help teachers like those in this room in providing them with the resources that they need to teach students in Arizona. Now it's time for my favorite part of every gala. That's our annual Heads and Tails game. So we invite every supporter, all of you that are here tonight, inside and outside, and virtually, I'm sorry, we couldn't figure out how to make this one work virtually, but all of you that are here tonight, inside and outside, we're gonna play Heads and Tails. And I'm gonna invite fellow educator Jamie Leverington. He former Teacher of the Year winner, and he also was a winner of the Heads and Tails game in the past. So come on up. All right, here's the way the game works. Jamie has a coin he's going to flip, and your job is to guess if it's going to be heads or tails. If you think it's heads, put your hands on your head. If you think it's tails, put your hand on your backside. Put your hands on your tail, okay? So everybody stand up. If you're wrong, you sit down, okay? And everybody that's in stays in the game. So we have people outside that are participating as well, and as we get down to the last few, we'll invite them in for our final showdown, okay? All right, let's see your votes. Do you pick heads or tails? Lock in your answers. Heads or tails? All right, Jamie, flip the coin.
It is heads.
Heads. All right, everybody that said heads, stay standing. If you said tails, sit down. Oh, you probably want to know what you're playing for, right? Well, I happen to know. You're playing for a wine tasting party for 12, 8 bottles of wine, and a wine consultant, okay? All right, are we ready? Lock in your votes, inside and outside, heads or tails. What's it gonna be? All right, Jamie, drum roll, flip.
It's heads again.
Heads again, all you tails, sit down, all right? Okay, those of you who have sat down, you can still support by texting, right? In case you haven't remembered, CHAMP 21 to 76278. Elena might not know this yet, but she always does that. She sets the bar really low so that we can pass it, but then she's always afraid we won't meet it. And Elena, we've already surpassed your goal tonight for giving at the event, so thank you, everyone. All right, let's see that flip.
Heads again.
Heads again! Wow! Heads again! All you tails, sit down. Okay. I'm gonna ask for, let's do one more round and then we'll invite our finalists to the stage. How are we doing outside? We got 4 left. Send them in. Okay, we only got 4 left outside. We're bringing them in. All right, let's have everybody who's still in the game come to the stage. Come on up to the stage. Or you can stand right in front of the stage. That step scares me. There's no step on this side, okay? Come on in. They're coming. It's a long walk. Here they are. Come on in. Here's our 4. Oh, look, even Dr. Robin Conrad. Oh, he's bringing a chariot. You're the escort. Okay. All right, here we go. Heads or tails, lock them in. Everybody's watching you. They know if you're being honest. Okay, let's see it. Heads again! Wow, heads again. He's showing me. Where's our statisticians in the room, right? How likely? All right, scoot to the middle. Lock in your votes, heads or tails. Okay. All right, Gene. Wow, they're going with heads. Let's see. Tails! Heads, sit down. Tails, stay. Here we have our final 2. All want to get an invite to that wine tasting party, right? We are at the end of our evening, and on behalf of all ACE board members, I would like to thank each and every one of you attending in person or virtually. Because of you, the students will have a better future. We would like to end this evening with a group photo by inviting one representative from each of our sponsors, as well as all of the teachers that are in the room, and our speakers, Dr. Siri Turgeson, Dr. Mellett, Dr. Johnson, to join us outside on the patio. So if you head out that way, we'll have people directing you to where the group photo is going to be tonight. Again, thank you all for your support here this evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.